So this is the idler arm that came off the T100. These idler arms have multiple wear points. They have a socket end that connects to the drag link, and we've got in the barrel on the shaft 2 plastic bushings, upper and lower. In this, that is most of the remains of the plastic bushings. There's just not much left. This didn't show any signs of wear at first. This is something that's not too uncommon with vehicles that set for a long time. The plastic bushing had deteriorated with age, but for lack of use was still holding together, and once I started driving the truck, pretty much just fell apart. And this gets a lot of motion in it when those bushings are gone. So we're going to put a new idler arm in it. This is Pro Forged. It's slightly heavier duty than OEM or standard replacement. Has a little bit larger shaft. Not much larger, but well, it's a little bit heavier duty. That's going in. Same design, plastic bushings. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it, sort of. Got a new dust seal and new plastic bushings for it. This is just going to be a spare. I would like to do a lot of back-roading and camping with this truck, and having a spare idler arm wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. This is a little bit worn here at the base. The shaft is about 19.5 millimeters. This is up here in the unworn area. You get 0.762 inches. Down here in the most worn area, we get 0.769. So it's about 3/1000 worn at the bottom. That's enough worn that I want to put a new one in, but it's not enough worn, or not too much worn, that this won't make a good spare to have on hand. And also, I had these on the shelf from a previous idler arm I thought I was going to fix, and when I got it out on the bench, the ball socket end was trashed, and nothing you can do about it at that point. So I have the parts we're going to do it. We are also, one of the nice things about the Pro Forged is it's drilled for a zirk fitting, so it's greasable. And we're going to drill this and put a zirk fitting in just like the Pro Forged, so that it'll be greasable. I know it's going to be only a spare, but we can, so why not? It'll be something to do and something to video. And you might want to do this to yours. Either way, that's how we're going to go about the day. I got the wrong one. That looks better. Okay. $105 foot-pounds on these three. Quite a pronounced click when you get up into a slightly higher torque range. Torque range. Oh, that might help, huh? $43 foot-pounds on the socket. See if that came anywhere close to lining up with the cotter pan. What do you know about that? Well, that was easy. Now we're just going to hand drill this. Center punch there. That was a pilot hole for number three drill size for the 1/4 28. Cast iron, so no cutting oil. No cutting oil required. Ready for some assembly. Bushings first. I blew out the board, got all the chips from tapping it out. Uh-oh. Holy mixed up bushings, Batman. These are the correct bushings. These are not. I'm not quite sure what these go to. Obviously a smaller shaft idler on. Anyway, let's get a couple of things and put this all together. Okay, a little bit of grease just to make these slip in here a bit easier. That's about right. A little bit of grease on the shaft as well. I think I called out the wrong measurements on the shaft, by the way. 0.762 on the top and 0.759 in the worn area. So not terribly worn, but I'm putting the new one on anyway. Whoa, almost messed that up. Which way does this go? Just like that, I do believe. Just about forgot the dust seal there. Somebody was going to remind me, though, I'm sure. Probably Doug. He'll probably remind me anyway. Not much of any way to grease this socket joint. I tried drilling one of these out, taking it apart at one point in time, and you can't really add a zirk to the top of these things the way they're made. They're pretty much sealed on top, so you can't, there's no way to pressure the grease down in from there. Favorite little pick for dealing with rubber things, because it is, well, let's just say hasn't been sharp in a very long time. Sneak the little spring clip back on here, or try to. There it is. Well, that's more grease than was in it to start with. Let's see how that works. thinks this grease gun's about empty. Well, we'll come back to that. Spin the castle nut back on here so it doesn't get lost. Let's take this back over to the vise, torque the nut, put the cap back on, and we're done. I misspoke, there is no torque spec for that. There's only a resistance torque. And I don't have well, that's not true. Starts saying I don't have the right kind of torque, and check that. I just don't have one right here, right now. Anyway. See if we can put this back on without tearing it up too much. I don't want to pound on the top of this thing and cave it in. We're just going to work our way around it, tap it down. Nope. Try a different drift here. That one's a little bit bigger than I want. Alright. That is flush, and this is going to go in our spare parts box. In fact, I may just put it back in that cardboard box that ProForge came in and call it good. Alright, that's it for now.